Hey guys, Nick Espinoza, your chief security fanatic here, and today we're talking about Facebook because Facebook is turning up the fight against coronavirus by alerting you to old articles. Here's why they're doing this, and here's why I think this is a good thing. Now, this is coming from the AFP, and Facebook said today that it was looking to add notifications about the source of coronavirus-related posts and will warn users when they share stories that are more than 90 days old. Now, this move basically aims to add more context to stories shared on Facebook, and obviously to try and stem some of the flow of the misinformation that runs rampant on social media platforms like Facebook, Twitter, etc. Now, for posts linking, with links rather, mentioning COVID-19, Facebook is considering and I quote, notification screen that provides information about the source of the link and directs people to the COVID-19 Information Center for authoritative health information. Now, according to Facebook Vice President John Hegeman, and to quote him, to ensure people have the context they need to make informed decisions about what to share on Facebook, the notification screen will appear when people click the share button on articles older than 90 days, but will allow people to continue sharing even if they decide an article is still relevant. Now, Hegeman also said that Facebook's research has found, and I quote him again, that the timeliness of an article is an important piece of context that helps people decide what to read, trust, and share. I actually completely agree with that, and we'll get to there. And also, some news organizations have complained that sharing older stories purported to be current news, and I quote Hegeman again, can misconstrue the state of current events. Again, I also agree with that statement. Now, I actually think this is a good idea in a rapidly changing situation like a pandemic. Coronavirus news and information about how it's spreading, things like developments on vaccination trials and all of that, or even possible precautions we should be taking by, let's say, region, can change, and they can change rather quickly depending on the state of the virus, whether it's spreading, retracting, whatever that is. Now, consider the United States, once again, is seeing an increase in some states, but not the others. I just read a news article that Texas, the state of Texas, one of the largest states in the union, is looking at shutting down again because they've had a massive surge of coronavirus cases, and they are concerned of overwhelming their hospital systems with new incoming possible infections. So they are going to basically change their official recommendations, and by virtue of that, if you are looking at, let's say, 90-day old or 120-day old or whatever that is, articles, let's say, from local Texas news sources that say, you know, we're all good, don't worry about it, or these are the things you have to do, but the new Texas guidelines say it's going to be a lot more stringent or whatever that is. This is where that mismatch comes out. And compound this with a video that I actually did shortly after the pandemic really started, and we were at the height of it at like the end of March, beginning of April, around that time, where I was talking about a study that showed where people were actually confused what to do with their state's official policies. Are we on lockdown? Are we not? And all of that. And these recommendations, that Facebook is making for this, I think make total sense. By virtue of this, they're also going to help to combat some of, I think, the misinformation that is out there, but I don't think it's going to do that good with things like conspiracy theories, because, you've got that crazy article from like Rock, Flag, and Eagle, IlluminatiCrackpotNews.com that's telling you the coronavirus was secretly seeded here by aliens that are controlling Bill Gates to put brain chips in our butts or whatever. Those things have a real deep amount of sticking power in the same way that, the 5G is spreading coronavirus theories. And we've seen a rash of cell tower burnings, first in the UK. Now they're starting here in some areas in the United States. Those are going to be very hard to combat simply by saying, hey, this is 90 days old. Maybe you shouldn't be posting this. Go look for a newer source. And so I think, this is going to help possibly get better information or more relevant information out there, especially since many of our social circles, statistically are people that are in our geographical area. And sure, we've all got friends from all over the globe, but many people don't move something like 50 to 200 miles from their house most of the time. And by virtue of that, their social circles are there. So if I'm living in Texas and I'm getting a new source on Texas information, odds are the majority of people that I am sharing it with are in Texas. And so I think that's something that is really important, and I'm glad to see them combat things like this, and we're going to see where this goes. But as we start to ramp up once again with the coronavirus, getting accurate and timely information about your locale, your state, and your country, wherever you are, because you might be ramping up too, like the United States is, I think is beyond important. So I actually applaud Facebook for pointing this out. It's about time that we start really checking these sources, and if I see another article posted, from March 15th about what to do, it'll be too soon. So that is your news of the day. I think this is a good thing, but I'd love to hear your thoughts, so feel free to tell me why I'm wrong. And please like, share, follow me here on Facebook and Twitter at NickAESP, and please feel free to subscribe to me at YouTube as well. And as always, stay safe and stay online. Thanks, guys.